Beck Chevrolet Studio Annex. This is Time on Overtime on the Time on Overtime YouTube channel. I'm your host, Rick Arsenal. Before we go any further, as always, if you haven't done so yet, I ask you to get down there in the corner and smash that like and subscribe button. You'd be doing me a big favor. As usual, we got a lot to get to today and little time to do it, so let's get right into this. Time on Overtime is sponsored in part by Frank Beck Chevrolet and M99 between Hillsdale and Jonesville. If it's time for a new-to-you vehicle, let the sales professionals at Beck's help you choose the right vehicle. New or pre-owned, Beck's has the top selection in the tri-state area with over 200 vehicles in stock. Stop by and see for yourself, and when you're ready, ask for Russ McMorty, Chris Otis, Danny Smith, Adam Schaefer, Blake Bryant, Cameron Mencio, Bob Flynn, or Peyton Lucas. And when it comes time to service that new-to-you vehicle, let the service pros at Beck's fix it. And they can't fix it. Any make, any model, Ford or domestic, they really can't fix it. And if you have a bit of a crunch or fender bender, Beck's Body Shop can put it back together looking just as good as new. So for all your automotive needs, look no further than Frank Beck Chevrolet at N99 between Hillsdale and Jonesville at 517-849-2886 or on the web at frankbeckchevy.com. Come and experience the Frank Beck difference. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. And I will be reminding you of here in just a few minutes of a very special event coming up in the not too distant future at Frank Beck Chevrolet. So please don't go anywhere. I'm going to try to get you up to date on everything going on right now. It's going to be mainly baseball and college football today. Tigers stay hot. They beat the Guardians last night 8-2. Home runs from Justin Henry Malloy early and one from Colt Keith late. Another great outing for Tarek Skubal. As we speak, his numbers right now are pretty darn impressive. And to me, these numbers say Cy Young. He's 11-3. 11-3 with an ERA of 2.34. That's almost unheard of. And a whip, which is even more ridiculous, of 0.92. Folks, that's sick. There's a baseball writer for the New York Post by the name of Joel Sherman. He's also a regular on the MLB network. I don't get that anymore, so I haven't seen him for a while. But he came out today with a proposed trade between the Orioles and the Tigers involving Tarek Skubal. Okay, let me show you what he's proposed here, or tell you about it. The short of it is the Orioles would get Tarek Skubal and Tiger relief pitcher Jason Foley. Or, the Orioles' top prospect, shortstop Jackson Holliday, the number one prospect in all of Major League Baseball, and an outfielder, Heston Kjerstad, who's already with the Orioles. Young player, prospect. He's with the Orioles right now. He's playing well. He's gotten off to a good start. But if you're going to throw Jason Foley in with the Cy Young Award winner, and you've got control of him for 2 more years and 3 more postseasons, I'd have to get a lot more than just these 2 guys. I got to do 2 for 2 here. I don't care who the players involved are. Holliday's the number one prospect, but I'd also have to have the number 15 prospect. Colby Colby it'll come to me here in just a second. In other words, I'd have to get more than what they're offering. This isn't. Tigers don't have to trade him. Okay, Colby Mayo. I'm sorry, Mayo. I think of mayonnaise. Anyway, 6'5", 230-pound corner infielder. I'd have to throw him in with a deal. Maybe the catcher, Sam Basalo, who's the 12th overall top-rated prospect, or a pitcher. I'd have to. I'm not going to do a 2 for 2 if I'm giving up Foley and Skubal. I don't care who the players involved are. Just a question of how bad do the Orioles want him. And remember the Tigers do not have to trade him. And I want this understood right now. I don't think they will. I don't think they are. Joel Sherman, if he's naive enough to think that a proposed trade like this would ever get done, if I'm Scott Harris, the only way I would do this deal is if I was on Thorazine. Well, man, I'm not going to do this. If they called me and proposed this, I said, well, that's a start. That's a nice starting spot, but we're going to have to do more than this. Remember, the trade deadline is a week from today. And let's look at the schedule. They've got 3 games left in Cleveland. Then they come home for a 9-game homestand, 3 with the Twins, 2 with the Guardians, and 4 more with the Royals. They're playing exclusively division opponents on this next homestand. And they go out west. They have a trip. I think they've got 2 more West Coast trips left yet this year. But I'm sorry. This is shame on Joel Sherman for even proposing something like this. This ain't going to get anything done. I think I'm about to lose my camera here. Hang on just a second. There we go. So no, there's no way I would do this deal. Sorry. You don't want them very badly if this is all you're going to offer, especially if they got to throw Foley in with this. Arguably one of their 2 best relief pitchers, along with Tyler Holton. No, they're going to get it done. But bottom line is, I don't think you're going to trade him anyway. But it's nice to see the Tigers, young players, start to really do something now. Justin Henry Malloy got 7 home runs now. I wish they would have brought him up a little earlier. They're 50, and 51 as we speak, folks. Colt Keith, pardon me, in his 10th last night. Hang on just a second. So good to see their young core start to mature and develop. It's a bullpen game tonight. Flaherty pitches tomorrow night. If he's not traded, he'll have one more start. That'll be next Monday night at Comerica Park against the Guardians. I do expect him to trade Flaherty and possibly maybe Foley, or I'd hate to see Gio Urshela go. Looks to me like he's just settling in pretty nicely at first base now. Carson Kelly, I'd hate to see him go, but if they were to trade Carson Kelly or Jake Rogers, I'm sure you'd see them bring Dylan Dingler up, who's been doing pretty good at Toledo right now. So, that's about it for baseball. As you may have seen when you got in here, we've got the college football rankings for the Big Ten, and talk a little bit too about the Mid-America realignment. But I want to remind you of this. Go to your calendar right now and mark down, well, not right now, but when we're done here, go to your calendar and mark down Saturday, September the 14th. That's a very important day, as Beck Chevrolet will be celebrating their 9th annual Salute to First Responders. This year will be a special tribute to the Hillsdale County Sheriff's Department. It certainly will. So bring the kids, let them get up close to emergency vehicles, meet and talk with police and firefighters, play games and more. Enjoy a free lunch, sign up for prizes, celebrate as we celebrate the area's first responders. Plus, there will also be a poker run as well. So don't forget again, folks, that's Saturday, September the 14th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Frank Beck Chevrolet and M99 between Hillsdale and Jonesville, or on the web at frankbeckchevy.com. Come and experience the Frank Beck difference. Saturday, September the 14th. Great day of family fun at Frank Beck Chevrolet. So, Big Ten preseason rankings came out yesterday. From CBS Sports, and to no surprise after what they've done in the portal this offseason. Ohio State is a heavy favorite to win the Big Ten for the first time, actually. Boy, where have the years gone since 2020, according to the annual Cleveland.com preseason media poll, which, as I said, was released yesterday. The Buckeyes earned 21 of 27 votes in the poll, ahead of one of the most consequential seasons in program history. Here goes the voice again. I'm sorry about this. So I'm going to go down this relatively quickly. So Ohio State, 21 first place votes, are number one. Number two, Oregon. They got 6 first place votes. It was very close between Penn State and Michigan for third and fourth, but Penn State did edge out Michigan. Penn State third, Michigan 4, Iowa 5, USC 6, Wisconsin 7, Nebraska 8, Rutgers 9, and Washington 10. Maryland 11, Minnesota 12, Illinois 13, Northwestern 14, UCLA 15, Michigan State 16. I've got the Spartans going 4-8 this year. Indiana 17 and Purdue 18. Labor Day weekend will be here before you know it. In fact, Labor Day comes early this year. I think it's September the 2nd. The Spartans will kick off the season on, as they always do, on Friday night, August 30th, at Spartan Stadium against Florida Atlantic. Wolverines will start the season the next day at the Big House, August 31st, against Fresno State. I also wanted to say something, too, about the Mid-America Conference. I've got that in my notes here, too. But before we do, as I always do, as you know, I like to say just a couple of words about a good man who, without his aid and assistance, I wouldn't be able to do this. He set this whole thing up for me. That would be Tim Lindley at Quality PC in downtown Hillsdale at 37 Walford Street. It's about a couple hundred feet west of Howell Street. For all your technical needs, this is the man to see. Whatever it is, computers, new or used, the computer you have now needs some work done on it. Flat screen TVs, you need it mounted and programmed. Maybe you changed internet providers, you need that set up for you. Printers, new or used, anything at all. You won't get any better service or more knowledgeable service than Tim Lindley and his assistant Zach at Quality PC in downtown Hillsdale. Again, that's at 37 Waldron Street. 517-610-5372, or like I said, get in there and see them at 37 Waldron Street, downtown Hillsdale. And when you do get in there and see them, please tell them Miggy and I sent you. We'd both appreciate that very much. Hang on just a second here before we get into the Mid-America Conference. I've got the problem here today, folks, is I've got the AC cranked up, maybe a little bit too high. And as you know, it takes the moisture out of the air, and probably why my throat is drying up. Anyway, let's get into the Mid-America Conference. Like the Big Ten Conference, there is no more East and West Conference. Big Ten Conference, no more East and West. This is the way it should be. Now, in past years, you had the winner of one conference playing the winner of the other conference in the conference championship game. The problem there was you didn't have the top 2 teams with the best records playing one another. Like in the Big Ten, if Iowa was playing Michigan or Ohio State, probably somebody in the East Conference, like Penn State, with a much better record than Iowa. But they're not in the championship game. It's the same way in the MAC now. Uh, it's 12 teams, one big conference. At the end of the year at Ford Field, the championship game will involve the two best teams, the two top teams in the conference. And that's the way it should be. Should have been that way all along. There is a new alignment this year, though, in the Mid America Conference. 12 teams, and it will be 4 3-team pods, so you won't eliminate rivalries. It's an effort to maintain rivalries, but under the new scheduling model, the 12 members of the MAC will be guaranteed 2 conference opponents, pardon me, every season. But the pods are as follows. Pod number 1, Akron, Buffalo, Kent State. Pod number 2, Ball State, Miami, Ohio. Pod number 3, Bowling Green, Northern Illinois, and Toledo. There's been a good rivalry between Bowling Green and Toledo. And pod number 4, of course, the 3 teams here in Michigan, Central, Eastern, and Western, to keep the rivalries going. Okay. And as I said, at the end of the year, then the conference championship game will be between the two best teams in the conference, the 2 winningest teams in the conference with the 2 best records, and that's as it should be. But under this new format, Central is guaranteed they're going to be playing Eastern and Western every year, as Bowling Green will be playing Toledo, Ball State will be playing its Ohio rivals. Akron, they've always had a good rivalry with Buffalo and Kent State. And I like it. This is we should have been this way all along. By the way, if you're wondering about conference rankings for the MAC, hang on, I've got that here too. That reminds me. Eastern is ranked 6th, Central is ranked 7th, and Western is ranked 8th in the conference. So new alignments, new playoff formats for both the Big Ten and the MAC, and the closer we get to the end of the regular season, the Big Ten conference, I try to decipher or give you some clarification on the playoff format, this 12-team playoff format in college football. Also, before the start of the regular NFL season, I said something about this a while back. The new kickoff rule in the NFL is rather complicated. And I will try to decipher that and give you some clarification about that, because it's going to take some getting used to this. I'm sure the officials have had long hours being tutored about these new kickoff rules. And I can promise you, before the regular season starts, I'll try to go over that with you. And right now, it looks like a Chinese fire drill, but it's meant to prevent head injuries. Will it work? Well, we'll see. Right on the surface, it looks like it will. But so look forward to that then. Before the start of the regular NFL season on Labor Day weekend, I'll sometime next month try to go over those new kickoff rules with you and get you up to snuff. Give you a little more clarification on that. That's going to just about do it for us. I'll talk to you again on Thursday. Don't forget the Timeout Show every Saturday morning from 9 to 10 here locally at WCSR 92.1 FM. And as I said, I will talk to you again on Thursday. Until we meet again, please remember, treat each other with respect. And have a good evening, everyone. So long.